What's up, traders? So let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis of some of the hottest currency pair today, giving us trading opportunity includes GBP CHF, CHF JPY, and GBP CAD. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity currently we have in all this instrument. Now, before we discuss this trading opportunity on the lower time frame, let's first look at one by one based on the higher time frame, multi-time frame analysis. Then we'll come back to the lower time frame to see how we can trade this instrument. First of all, start with GBP CAD on the monthly. Now this is the monthly time frame. As you can see on GBP CAD, it's in a very strong downtrending market. As you can see that GBP CAD has broken out of all the possible level of support. You can see that this is the last level of support that GBP CAD has. It's a very strong historical level of support here. This support has been broken to the downside on GBP CAD, now started to drop. As you can see, this current monthly candle basically has grabbed liquidity from this very important level of resistance. It's a very strong level of resistance, grabbed liquidity, tested this also monthly resist support as a resistance, and we have seen a strong bounce. So on the based on the higher time frame GBP CAD, we might see an aggressive move before creating an impulsive retracement to the upside. So with that in mind, GBP CAD currently in a bottomless speed on the month. We could see a drop on the higher time frame. So that means that we could see a trade on the lower time frame. Now, weekly perspective, as expected, past week we have seen a very strong bearish candle here. You can see followed by this retracement to the upside. Now we see that on that retracement, little bit retracement, then we can see a drop. As this is a monthly time frame, you can see it's a strong bearish. On the weekly as well, we could potentially see a drop on GBP CAD. Now looking at the daily time frame, this is where we have seen the price basically has broken out of a structure. On the daily time frame, you see that the price has created this downward, the falling channel with a series of lower high on the daily time frame. That's a strong downtrending market structure. And then we have seen GBP CAD has broken out of this support completely on the daily time frame, back to back every day the price is continuing to drop. Now at this point on the 4 hour time frame, let's see what kind of trading opportunity. Now on this time frame, we see that GBP CAD basically has created a very complex structure here. We see that the price basically has created a very strong bearish market structure on the 4 hour time frame. As you can see, first of all, starting from here, there was a strong impulsive move to the downside, followed by this correction, another impulsive move. Now this is the structure that we see on the 4 hour time frame, which is a very strongly bearish. You see, first of all, series of lower high, and then there is an up down, and creating a series of lower high, and then started to drop with a strong bearish engulfer. This current candle is still 59 minutes to go from the time of recording, but we see that this one basically has broken out of this structure completely to the downside. If it closes like as a middleman that we are expecting, then we can consider shorting from this zone based on the rules of our strategies on GBP CAD to the downside with a high risk to reward ratio if it fulfills all the rules of our strategies. Now let's look at now CHFJPY, how it is doing. As usual, we will be looking at the monthly time frame again to see a bigger picture. Now CHFJPY, you can see that this is a strong bullish market. Starting from here, the price started to take this big impulsive move to the upside. This is a very strong impulsive move, followed by this little retracement, which is a sign of a strong bullish trend. And followed by this current month, we have seen that the price has broken out of this level of support completely on the monthly perspective, and then the price came down to this zone in this important level of support, and we have seen the buyers jump on this market. And on the monthly perspective, now we see the price is residing all this monthly level of resistance. Let's draw a level here. Why? Because there is a monthly opening and close in this zone that can give us a really important level of support on this move to the upside. Now let's look at the weekly to see how the price action is forming. Now on the weekly time frame, we see that the price with this weekly candle basically broken out of this weekly structure completely. This is a bullish structure, and we can expect a really strong bullish move on CHFJPY. Why? Because this is the saddle cloth that you need to look at. You can see that this is the tail that weekly structure has. This candle basically penetrated all the way down. There is a lot of liquidity as this is a higher time frame from this structure, and we have seen that this current weekly candle has closed with a strong long wick at the top, long wick at the bottom. That means that CHFJPY could setting up for a bigger move to the upside. Now let's draw. As you can see, this is the monthly support already is remaining here. Let's lay on the daily time frame. Now daily, we see this structure is very clear on the daily time frame. There is a significant level of support on the monthly and daily perspective. We see the kind of inverted head and shoulder has been created, and we see the liquidity grab that we have seen on the monthly from this previous support here, tested as resistance, penetrated down and created this strong bullish move. Now what we can expect now, the price to come back to this liquidity zone on the daily perspective, which is the monthly support, and we are expecting the price to grab liquidity from here and then to continue its uptrend. Now on the 4 hour or intraday, this is where we see that there is a narrow red candle is formed in this zone. Now from this zone, we could expect there is a 20 period moving average on the 4 hour time frame as well. So on the closing of this candle, if we see that the price basically hit this level on this candle, probably with a long week or without long week, that could be a zone for buying for the CHFJPY, as this is a high area of value. If it satisfies all the rules of our strategy from this zone, we will consider going long on CHFJPY with a high risk to reward ratio with our student. Now let's look at GBPCHF. Now GBPCHF, like the GBPCAD, has created a really strong bearish price action. Now as you have seen this candle, when this candle was formed the past week, I have posted analysis on GBPCHF and the price did exactly according to the analysis. I'll link this one below this video for your further education. Now let's quickly look at the bigger picture monthly as usual. Now GBPCHF like GBPCAD is in a very strong downtrending market. Now monthly, there is no question about it. You can see that, and there is a long consolidation on the monthly on GBPCHF. Series of lower high has been created and then has broken down. We see that on the monthly perspective, and we can expect GBPCHF to continue to drop. Now looking at the weekly time frame, we see that this is the thing that we need to pay really attention, is that on the weekly there is a clear liquidity grab here. You can see that there is a liquidity grab, and this weekly resistance has been broken to the upside. Grab liquidity closed as a strong doji or pin bar, and as a result we see a strong drop. So there is a lot of liquidity gap, meanings that we could find a potential momentum to the downside on GBPCHF as well. Now daily perspective, we see that on GBPCHF past day of trading week, this is also a bearish candle middleman from this very important level of support. So we can expect now GBPCHF to melt down, as there is no significant support. We can see a dramatic move to the downside probably. Now on the 4 hour perspective, this is where we see a possible trade. As you can see, there is a structure here. If you pay attention, you can see that in this structure there is a resistance has been broken with this current 4 hour candle. Grab liquidity, hit at the stop loss from this zone, and now closing below as a bearish engulfer. That candle can give us a really significant trading opportunity on this move to the downside. We'll consider shorting upon closing of this candle. If it satisfies only all the rules of our strategies, we'll consider shorting GBPCHF in this move to the downside with a high risk to reward ratio. Now if you find value in this analysis, then smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. See you soon in my next analysis.